So, this is a response to Godless Haze's latest video about daytime courtroom drama. It seemed that there's a lot of pressure. He seemed to get very angry at the idea of people telling him who he ought to be. It wasn't at any point I don't think he at any point did he mention that it was an attack on him. But I think that was the idea, that it was this bullshit standard that people are supposed to live up to, and that these people on the courtroom drama were not living up to those standards, so let's denounce them. Let's hurl stones at them. I think it was rather funny, because it does seem to be prominently a right-wing idea. This seems to be prominent in this moral police sense, and it's prominent in the more Christian evangelical right-wing. The more economic right-wing doesn't seem to really give a shit either way. But it seems very pronounced in the evangelicals. And that's hilarious. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone. This one line essentially demolishes any actual validity of it. And the reason why people cast others out, or hurl stones, is not because they don't live up to their standards, and that they are pure and they denounce those who are not. That is not why they do it. They do it because it feels good to hurl stones at people, and it doesn't matter how awful they are. So long as it's not as bad as to make themselves appear hypocritical to themselves. No. So long as it's subtle and they don't notice it, they will cast judgment on others. As opposed to the judges. The judges in these courtroom dramas, they see themselves as virtuous. Now, I was referring to the audience members, say Maury Povich and Dr. Phil. Those shows have audiences, and those are the people who cast the stones. The judges like to think themselves virtuous. They like to pretend to be he who is without sin, so they feel free to cast the stone. And it is interesting, because they would believe themselves pure, when in reality they make their living, their glory, and there's a lot of glory in being a judge, a lot of respect in that. In fact, I'm pretty sure they get to skirt the law. I know Supreme Court judges are literally mandated that they can just get away with some stuff. I don't have a problem with that, because if they're a Supreme Court judge, we ought to trust them, and in that sense, we can let them slip by. But the point is, there's glory in being a judge, and there's a lot of responsibility, and people want to have the responsibility, because with that comes power. It's funny, because, you say, with great power comes great responsibility, but it's like, it's the opposite. They want the responsibility, and with that comes the power. And they want it. And that's why they get to become a judge, because they want it, and that is why, in the sense, they feel that they can cast judgment on others. Because they have this power and responsibility. They are the guardians of this moral standard, of this society, and they must protect it. And to do so, they must denounce those who erode it. Little do they know, it is the people who they see that erode it are the ones that build it. The ones that test the foundation are the ones who are responsible for making it a secure foundation. Interestingly enough, I don't think they ever think of it that way.